In today's video, I'm going to be kicking off the first of a 5-part training series I titled Internet Money Course. The essence of this series is to take you through a journey that will help you start your own business and scale it to a big business, leveraging the internet. So even if you're watching me right now and you don't even have an idea of a business you want to start, or you don't even have money to launch a business that you want to start, or even if you've started a business but you're looking at how to leverage the internet to scale it to the higher level, this training series is a journey that will take you through the process to help you become a successful entrepreneur leveraging the internet. That's why I titled it Internet Money, because in fact it is purely a training series that will help you print your own money leveraging the internet. Hi, my name is Kingsley and this is King's channel. In case you're seeing my face for the first time, I'd like to welcome you specially to my channel. This channel was created specifically for the purpose of helping you become a successful entrepreneur and helping you make money leveraging the internet. This is why I consistently dish out content on this channel, teaching you different things about successfully starting a business and making money. So if you're coming here for the first time, what I want to request is that you please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscribe button and then turn on the notification bell so that each time I create a video like this, you will always be the first to know about it. And then along the line, if you feel like the teaching I'm giving you right now is valuable, you like it, you're learning something, please do well to like this video and also leave a comment below telling me what you enjoy most about my training. Without wasting much of your time, let's dive into what we have here today, because today I am starting something really interesting. It's a 5-part series and this is the first of the series. All right, I titled it Internet Money because it is a training series that will help you literally print money leveraging the internet. And on this day one, this is what we'll be talking about in today's video: where to find money whenever you need it. The reason I titled this day one like this is because a lot of people think that making money is actually something that is meant specifically for people with special abilities. No, that's why I decided to start with this, to show you where exactly to look when you're looking to make money leveraging the internet. The truth is, money is actually everywhere. There's no shortage of money, there's no scarcity of money. But why is it that a lot of people are suffering from poverty? Why is it that a lot of people are broke? Why is it that a lot of people are complaining of lack of money? The problem is not that money is scarce. The problem is that most people are busy looking at the wrong places whenever they think about making money. Yes, they focus on the wrong places. Places like the government, political leaders. You understand, people are always complaining about how the government is not making life better for them. And if you're busy complaining about the government and political leaders, well, I'm sorry to say you're going to be complaining for a very long time, because from my experience, most of the time those people don't really care about you. A lot of them are there basically for themselves. So if you're thinking about making money and all your focus is on government, or you're hoping that the next person to elect into office is going to change your financial life, then I encourage you to change that thinking, because this is something you have no control over. You cannot categorically say that you're confident that the next person that you will elect into office is going to do anything that will change your financial life. That means that if you want to change your financial life, the responsibility lies on you, not on the government. So the first place I think people are making a mistake is when they think about making money, or when they think about their financial life, they focus on the government. You can ask somebody, what is wrong? Why are you struggling financially? And they tell you our government is not doing their job well. Well, granted, they might have a valid point there, but the truth is that if that is where you focus on, nothing is ever going to change for you. Now, there's a lot of people who always focus on getting a higher paying job. That is their only solution to poverty, their only solution to lack. They always think that having a higher paying job is going to change their life or make them have the lifestyle of their dream. Well, I could also tell you from experience that that is also wrong thinking, because I know a lot of people who have well-paying jobs, but they are far from financial freedom. And the truth is that the way the economy of our society is right now, even focusing on the higher paying job is going to be like you running around a circle, because the jobs are no longer there. Okay, jobs are disappearing, technology is replacing a lot of jobs, and that tells you that you need to look for better ways to make money. And there are people who are always focusing on lottery tickets and betting. In fact, this one has eaten deep into the lives of most of our young people today, because they feel that all hope is lost. The only hope they have is to continue to bet on sports, continue to look for lottery, continue to look for the winning ticket that will change their lives overnight. Well, if you're listening to me, if you're watching me right now, I want to encourage you to take your mind off those things. Those things are, they continue to sell you the dream, but they are not giving you the reality. And while selling you the dream, you are the one actually helping them to live the dream. Because every single dime you put into that betting ticket, you're putting money into the pockets of those people while they sell you the dream. So that's why I encourage young people to desist from all of these things, okay? And then I've known a lot of people who their only solution to making money or living the life of their dream is to go to churches and prayer houses, looking for religious leaders to lay hands on them, looking for a place to sow seeds and expect God to automatically change their lives. Well, I think that is also a wrong move, because that is not how money works. Even the Bible stated categorically that as long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest will not cease. That means if you're not sowing any seeds, you shouldn't expect any harvest. Okay. So when I talk about sowing seed, when the Bible talk about sowing seed, it is not particularly saying dropping money on the altar and going home to wait for a miracle. No. Sowing seed is more like building a business and expecting to achieve financial freedom through your business. Okay. And then there are other people who focus on the latest investment opportunity. In fact, this is the one I'm most interested in. People who are always running from one investment platform to the other, thinking that that is where their salvation is. I'm saying this because a lot of people chat me up most of the time, consistently asking me to recommend the latest investment platform. I mean, I don't talk about investment platform on my content, on my social media handles. I don't write about them. I don't speak about them. I still wonder why people come to my DM asking me to recommend the latest investment platform that is paying. Well, I always disappoint them because I don't know. I don't pay attention to all those things because I don't believe those things work. Most of those investment platforms you're looking at are created by people who wants to take your own money and enrich themselves. Yes, that's where you have the word Ponzi schemes and pyramid schemes. Okay. Now, am I saying that investing is not real? No. Investing is actually one of the ways that the richest people are making more money. Okay. But I think that investing is actually something you should do after you have already started creating money from your own business. Do you understand me? In other words, there are two levels of financial education or financial intelligence. The first level is the foundation level where you create money, while the second level is the level where you now multiply money. Creating money is more like you starting a business from scratch and using it to make money, while multiplying money is more like you using investment vehicles to grow the money you already have. Do you understand? Now, when people who do not have a business, who do not have any sustainable income stream, they just come and think that they can take their life savings and put into an investment platform that they don't completely, that they actually do not understand. They think that by putting money into that platform, they're going to become financially free. It doesn't always work like that. That's why you have a lot of people who have been scammed repeatedly by so-called people, so-called experts peddling investment opportunities. Okay, so if you have been a victim of this before, I sympathize with you, but I want you to pay attention to what you're going to be learning in this internet money course. Throughout this 5-part series, you're going to be learning what it really takes to make money legitimately online and never fall victim of scam ever again in your life. Okay, I've seen a lot of things, but I just talk about this one case study of this woman that I used to know, or actually not somebody I used to know, but I heard the story when it happened. She used to be one of these group of people who contribute money, and she was actually the person in custody of the money. The contribution money that people do is being kept in her custody. Then it happened that her rent was about to come up, and she didn't have much money of her own. The little money she had, she was thinking of how to make it up. And then somebody started telling her about this one latest investment platform that was paying people massively. And she jumped into it. She gathered all the money she had and then borrowed the money that people had contributed and left in her custody. and put into that place. And she hoped that in the next 40 days, her investment was going to yield millions and she will become rich. Unfortunately, she didn't know that that platform she invested in was actually a Ponzi scheme. And she lost everything because after she had sunk in all the money she had and the ones she borrowed, the platform shut down, their website was no longer accessible, they completely disappeared. And at the end of the day, this woman committed suicide because she didn't know how to face what she has gotten into. And this is just one example of the many stories of people who have taken their own life because they were scammed or duped online. So I beg you, do not get into any of such things. First of all, learn how to create money. After you have learned how to create money using your own business, then you can now start learning how to multiply your money using real investment. When I talk about real investment, if you want to be an investor, you should go into something like real estate or go into something like stock. As you're buying stock, you're buying shares in existing companies. As you're buying real estate, you're going into a different kind of business where you provide housing and you make money from it. So these are the only kinds of investment that I think are real and legitimate, okay? But you really need to take time to study them, understand how they work before you go into them, all right? So stop giving your money to people who promise to double your investment before you know it, because you're going to lose that money, all right? So now, after talking about the places you're not supposed to look at, where do you really look at when you're looking for money? Where do you find this money? Well, from my experience and from everything I've studied and researched, I can tell you categorically there is only one place that money can be found, and that is in people. Money can only be found in people. Now, think about it. The money you're looking for, you can't plug it on a tree. You can't get it from one secret website or the other. There's no other place. The money you're looking for is in the hands of people. So that means that if you want to make money, you must start thinking of ways to get people to give you their hard-earned money willingly, without you pointing a gun at them or defrauding them. You need to be thinking creatively how to get people to give you them, because the money you're looking for is in the hands of people. Even the money in the banks are deposited there by people. That means that if you didn't put money in the bank, you can't walk into the bank and ask them to give you money. All right. So think about how to get people to give you their money. To be financially independent, you must think of how to make money outside of your job. That means that if you have a job right now and you're actually getting paid, it means you're making money from somebody, right? And that person is your boss. But if you want to make the kind of money that will give you financial independence, you already know that you can't achieve that leveraging on your job alone, because your job is only one stream of income and it's static. The salary is static. Okay, so if you are thinking about making more money and becoming financially free, think about how to make money outside of your job. Think of how to receive money from multiple persons rather than just one person, your boss. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Because if you focus on your job, you're getting money from one person, and that is your boss. But that your boss is actually getting money from multiple persons, his customers, and that is why he has more money than you. So if you want to make more money, you should be start thinking like your boss rather than thinking like an employee. Okay? So the question you should be asking yourself is, why do people willingly give their money to my boss? What is it that makes people give him their money willingly every single day? If you start thinking, asking yourself this question, you'll be able to come up with ideas of how to start getting paid from different people rather than just one person. And that is the only way you can become financially free. So how do you get people to give you their money willingly? It's simple. Solve their problems. There's no other way. If you don't want to become a person who robs people or defrauds people, the only way I know that you can get people to give you their money is to give them solution to their problem. People will gladly give you their money if you can give them what they are looking for. And what they are looking for is just solution to their problems. Every day people wake up in the morning and they have problems that they want to solve. Every single day. In fact, you that is watching me right now, to be honest, you woke up, I don't know the time you're watching this video, but I believe that you woke up this morning, and ever since you woke up this morning, you probably have spent money. And that's because you had a need that you wanted the solution. And in order to get the solution, you had to pay your money to somebody who was selling you the solution. That's basically how to make money. Zig Ziglar mentioned it in this way. He said, you will have everything you want in life if you can help enough other people get what they want. And that's just the principle of achieving financial success. Help enough people. The key word here is enough other people. Do you understand? That means that if you solve problem for only two people, you only get money from two people, you won't go fine financially. You won't go actually achieve your financial freedom. But if you get a way to give solution to enough people who have problems, you're going to be having more money than you can spend. All right. So find a way to solve problem. And this solution we're talking about is simply talking about products. Products can be goods, it can be services. Do you understand? So the solution that we buy every day are packaged in form of products, and that's why we pay money to have them. Do you understand me? So when you are hungry, for example, you're definitely going to walk into a restaurant, right? Assuming that you're just walking or you're somewhere, you're not at home, and you're hungry, you need food to eat. You walk into a restaurant, and when you go into a restaurant, what are you going to pay for? What you're paying for is not actually food. What you're paying for is satisfaction from hunger. That's the solution to your problem. The food is only a product that delivered that solution to you. That's a very simple example. Another example is when you visit a hairstylist. What you pay for is not actually hairstyle. What you're paying for is beauty. Because you want to be beautiful, which is the solution you're looking for. The product that delivered that beauty is the new hairstyle that the person gave you. And that is what you're paying for. Do you understand? And then another example is the reason you spend so much money in school is because you had a problem which was ignorant. You were ignorant. You had a problem called ignorance. And you wanted the solution. And the solution to ignorance is what? Knowledge. So the knowledge is what you paid for. Okay? So if you want to become financially free, become a person who solves problems for people. And you will be guaranteed to never lack money ever again. It's as simple as that. Become a person who solves problems for people. Because whenever you have money problem, the problem you're having is simply asking you, what can you do? In other words, what need can you solve for people and get paid for it? What product or service do you have that people can gladly buy from you to have their problems solved? What exactly can you do? So the next time you think about making money, simply ask yourself, what am I selling? That's the question you should be asking yourself. Every day I meet people who are complaining about having money problems, how they need money. But the problem is that they don't have anything they are selling. They are not selling any product. They are not selling any service. Yet they are the people to complain most about money problems. If you're somebody like this, you really need to change because there's no other way. For you to have money, you need to be selling something. And what are you selling? Solution to the problems of people. In other words, you're selling products or service that is delivering solution to the needs of people. That's the only way to make money. Now, if you're thinking, okay, now what exactly do I sell? I don't have any idea of a product or service to sell. My dear, there is a lot of things out there that you can sell. There's a lot of products that can solve problems. In fact, if you keep your ear to the ground, you're going to be hearing people talking about their problems every single day. Your job is to look out for one of these problems that you feel compelled to solve and then find the product or service that delivers the solution. Okay? From all my research, there are about 5 problems that people have that they will continue to pay for till the end of this world. Okay? Like I said earlier, there are millions of problems that people have that they are willing to pay for, but here are the 5 top on the list of what people will continue to pay for no matter how the economy goes. In other words, you can't say that the economy is bad and you're no longer going to pay for these things. No. People who are in this line of businesses, even in the worst economy, they are still doing business. And they are food, healthcare, knowledge, shelter, and clothing. Believe me, no matter how bad the economy goes, you're going to buy food. No matter how bad the economy goes, if you fall sick, you're going to look for healthcare. No matter how bad the economy goes, you're going to look for knowledge. Your children need to go to school. You personally, if you're looking for a way to solve certain problems, you need to learn some stuff. You're going to pay money to get the knowledge. No matter how bad the economy goes, you're going to look for shelter. You're going to need place to live. People are going to need places to do business. And then no matter how bad the economy goes, you're going to need to put on clothes. You can't walk around naked because the economy is bad, can you? So these are the top 5 problems that people will continue to pay for. Which means that if you can fix yourself into any of these 5 industries, especially the first 3, food, healthcare, and knowledge, you will remain in business even if the economy of your country collapses, or even if the economy of the world collapses. You will remain in business. All right. So that's how to make money. But how do you actually make a lot of money? Now, I've talked about how to make money. Now, let me give you the key to making a lot and lots of money. It's very simple. Find a way to solve a problem that a large number of people will struggle with always. Do you understand? Find a way to solve a problem that a large number of people will always struggle with. Solve a problem that has a market of millions or billions of people. Don't solve a problem that only few people are having, or a problem that the latest technology is going to completely wipe away. No. Look for a problem that millions or billions of people are struggling with. That's why I gave you those 5 lists that I gave you earlier. Food, healthcare, knowledge, shelter, clothing. You can see that these are problems that millions or billions of people are struggling with every day. And they are going to continuously look for the solution. So if you fix yourself in that way, you're going to be making money consistently. All right. So the key word here, the summary of everything I want you to understand now from this day one, even if there's nothing else you take home, is that there is no solution. Your financial freedom cannot be found in running after shiny get-rich-quick objects. Okay? Those shiny get-rich-quick opportunities you see on the internet, they're not going to give you financial freedom. They are only going to take the little you have. The only solution is to start thinking of how to create solution to the burning needs of people. That's the only way you can make the money you are looking for. All right? Creating solutions will position you in a place where you no longer have to run after money. But right now, money begins to run after you. This is the only way you can have people literally begging you to take their money. Imagine that you found the cure to cancer. Do you think you're going to be running after money? No. Money will be running after you. Do you understand what I'm talking about right now? So creating solution, it does not always mean that you have to even create something from scratch. It doesn't mean that you have to invent. It could literally mean you taking up something that is already existing and improving on it, innovating on it, making it a little bit better, a little bit sweeter, a little bit cheaper. Do you understand? So all you need to do is to ask yourself, how do I make this thing better for people? Or how do I make this thing cheaper for people? Or how do I make this thing of higher quality for people so people can get more value from it? Or how do I make this thing sweeter? Or how do I make this thing more convenient for people? Or how do I make it more affordable for people? Or how do I make it more valuable for people? By asking yourself the right questions, you'll be able to come up with ideas of what people will be willing to pay for. And trust me, if you're able to achieve this, money will never depart from you ever again. The case study is Henry Ford. Henry Ford did this with automobiles. In the early days, he worked with automobile companies and he saw that these companies are only producing cars for the super rich people. And when he took a closer look at the masses, he saw that the larger number of people who actually need cars are the middle class families. These families need cars to drive their children to school. They need cars to drive to work every day. But they can't afford cars because cars were too expensive for them. He approached his partners he was working with and told them that they needed to manufacture cheaper cars, cars that were good but also affordable, so these middle class families can have cars. But his partners thought it was a crazy idea. They thought that they already had their market and cars were supposed to be meant for super rich people, so they were not going to listen to him. That was why Henry Ford withdrew from those guys and founded Ford Motors Company. By starting Ford Motors Company, he became the first person to start creating good, affordable cars that middle class masses could afford. And that was how he blew up and became the biggest dealer of automobiles in the United States. Today, Henry Ford is long gone, but Ford Motors Company is still one of the top producers of automobile in the world today. Why? Because he saw a need from an existing solution that people were already creating. He saw a need that a larger market needed this thing, but they could not afford it. He decided to make it more affordable for people. Cowbell did it with their sachet milk. I learned that the founder of Cowbell actually broke up from Peak Milk when Peak Milk was only manufacturing tin milk. And they told Peak Milk they needed to manufacture this milk in a way that even the poor masses could afford it by putting powdered milk in sachet. But the leaders of Peak Milk at that time thought it was a crazy idea, and they flung it away. So this guy had to go on his own, start creating sachet milk that people could afford with little amount of money. And because of him, the poor masses were able to buy milk to make breakfast for their families. And they became very wealthy. It was after Pig Milk has seen what they did that they now started creating their own sachet milk. But before then, Cowbell had already stolen the market. Do you now see why entrepreneurs are visionaries? They look at the problem people are having and they envision how to make it better. We have other examples like Bobo Drink. I don't know if you've heard the story of how this guy who was working for Nutri-Milk realized that school children could not actually enjoy the Nutri-Milk because it was too big. When parents manage to buy this thing for their children, the children end up wasting it because they can't consume it all. So he told them that they needed to produce something smaller for school children, and they thought it was a bad idea. This guy broke out from them and created his own company, Bobo Drink, manufacturing the small bobo-sized drink for school children, and the business blew up. Parents had to abandon Nutri-Milk and started buying Bobo for their kids. Do you now see the difference? So don't get stuck trying to create something from scratch. Look at something that is already existing and think of ways to make it better. Innovate on them. That's what we call innovation. Okay? So in summary of everything I've said today, what I need you to understand is that in order for you to make money, you need to find out what problem that people are struggling with and decide to sell them the solution. People will always look for you to give you their money in exchange for the solution to their needs. This is the first step to printing your own money. There is no magic to it. Find the problem people are struggling with and decide to be the person to create the solution that they are looking for. All right, so that is the end of the day one of our internet money series. In our next session, we'll be looking at how you can actually get into identifying the pressing need that people have and then creating the solution to that need and turning your solution into product that people will happily pay you for. Okay, so I told you that this series we're going to be building step by step, precept upon precept. So the first session I've told you where money can be found, which is in people, and how to get people to give you money is to provide solution to their need. How do you provide this solution? By creating product or services that will deliver these solutions. Now in the next session, we're going to be diving deep into how you can actually start identifying these needs and then creating the product or service that delivers the solution to them. So see you in my next session. But before we go, I have an assignment for you. Take a pen and paper and write down every single need that you've noticed recently that people are struggling with. You need to think carefully, write down these needs, and then write down some of the products or services that you have seen that are already existing, but you think that they are lacking in some areas, and you believe that it could become better if it was done in certain ways. Okay? Take your time to study everything you've listed and think of which one you could help solve or make better. Now, this assignment might look like it's simple, but doing this can actually kick you off, help you to start going the way of entrepreneurs. Believe me, if you can do this, it means that you're already wired to start building your own business. And I'll be happy to see you writing the answers to this assignment in the comment section. I'll be waiting to read them, okay? So pay attention to this assignment, put down the answers in the comment section, and I'll be happy to attend to it. Once again, thank you for joining me in this first part of this series. I remain Kingsley Okoro, and this is King's channel. And remember that if you're coming for the first time, or even if you've watched me before but you have not yet subscribed, please, I beg you to hit the subscribe button so that you can become a member of my tribe. And then turn on the notification bell so that whenever I post the next video, you'll be the first to get to know about it, okay? And then if you got value from this training today, please consider hitting the like button and also dropping a comment below so that I will get to know what you learned from this video. Trust me, after this series, you yourself will confess that making money is no longer something difficult, okay? So I'll be happy to hear you share your own testimony by the time we finish this series. So see you in the next video.